Q1 2020 deliveries got a stealth announcement. Fremont has more COVID related issues but gets a silver lining on that front. And Model Y finally gets an expected feature. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 585 for April 13th, 2020. This show is sponsored by my supporter Richard. If you're in the market for a new Tesla, please consider using his referral code. Ask your salesperson to use code Richard174 or go direct to the web link ts.la/Richard174 and pick up a 1,000-mile supercharging credit for your new vehicle. We kicked this week off with a blunder on my part for item number 1. Tesla silently released its first quarter delivery numbers for 2020, and I somehow missed it. My sincere apologies to everyone. The numbers actually were surprisingly good considering the impact of COVID-19. Despite having Giga Shanghai shut down for some time, and US production impacted for a slice of Q1 as well, Tesla still managed to deliver 88,400 cars in Q1, while producing 102,672. This is a year-over-year increase in deliveries of 40% from 63,000 last year, and as I already said, in the face of difficulties beyond Tesla's control. While I foresee a financial loss for the quarter, it certainly could have been worse, and we'll get to see how much worse in Q2, where the bulk of the shutdown will affect Tesla's production and delivery capabilities. Wall Street expects that Tesla's earnings call will be held somewhere around April 22nd, so I'll keep you posted on when quarterly Christmas occurs. Item number 2 is a sort of good news, bad news situation, courtesy of Electrek. The good news is that Tesla is expecting to resume Fremont factory operations on May 4th. And that's about the end of the good news. The bad news is that not only am I going to throw a whole lot of cold water on that expectation, but additionally, some more negative worker-impacting actions have been taken. All this is according to an employee memo published by Valerie Capers Workman that was obtained by Electrek. In short, the memo states that Tesla expects to be back to work on May 4th, but at the same time, in the meantime, starting today, employees can expect the following actions. All U.S. salaried employees will be taking pay cuts. VPs and up will take a 30% hit, directors and up will eat 20%, and the rest of the workforce will see a 10% reduction. Non-U.S. employees will see similar reductions, and they are expected to remain in effect until the end of Q2. If the employee cannot work from home and cannot work on critical on-site work, then they will be furloughed completely without pay. On the upside, healthcare benefits will remain despite the lack of pay. Tesla states that it expects unemployment to match normal take-home pay for the vast majority of employees. On return to work during the merit review cycle, in other words, raise time, salary and hourly rate adjustments as well as equity grants will be put on hold. And in a terrible case of, but wait, there's more, it appears that even sales and delivery staff have not escaped. I suppose this should be no surprise with the factory having not produced a car in about 3 weeks, but still it's nonetheless disheartening. Per Electrek sources in sales and delivery, nearly all hourly employees that have less than 2 years with the company can expect to be furloughed as well. Given this is one of the highest turnover areas of the company, this is almost everyone. Tesla does expect everyone affected by this shutdown, sales and production alike, that wishes to come back to their job to have one waiting come May 4th. But that's another problem. My additional cold water to throw on this is that I believe the May 4th return to work date is pretty much wishful thinking. California has led the nation in trying to get in front of the coronavirus pandemic, and it will not return the state to normal social conditions if it believes that it will jeopardize the good that has been done. I personally would be stunned to see the state ready to come back that soon, but again, I'm just an Ohio guy on the outside looking in, so take that with a large pinch of salt. My best to everyone at Tesla enduring this time. Please know that all of us owners and supporters very much love and appreciate you all, wish you nothing but the best, and a speedy return to work. On to item number 3. It isn't all bad news at Fremont, however. One thing that is a benefit to having assembly lines shut down is the ability to work on said lines. Per some information Teslarati has run across, it seems like Model Y lines will have some attention paid to them. Permits filed with the city of Fremont show that, among other things, it looks like Model Y production lines may be added, upgrades will be made to the paint shop, and a bunch of work to underground fire protection systems will be performed while the plant is unable to produce vehicles. It truly is making the best of an awful situation, as these things would have caused a plant impact at the least, or a full shutdown at the worst, as we saw at the beginning of the ramp for Model 3. Lastly, for this show, we get some good news on Model Y courtesy of Clean Technica. Early owners of Model Y were a bit confounded that they had no ability to add a trailer hitch as an option when ordering. Despite all indications that this was a thing that could be done, as there appeared to be a sort of false door on the bumper where a hitch could protrude from, this was not something that could be optioned on initial orders. As of last week, however, this is now a thing that can be done for an extra $1,000. The hitch can support a towing capacity of 3,500 pounds or 1,600 kilograms. So if towing is your thing, make sure to slap the option on your Model Y order page. That'll do it for today's show. Thanks to all my patrons supporting the show at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. And as always, a special shout out to all the super patrons supporting the show at the $10 plus level. They're Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Mitch Long, Zortec LED Canada, Morven Ogg, Raymond and Deborah Malkowitz, T-Sportline, Vicky Kirk, Ricky Johnston, Nathan Garza, Ed Patterman, Sunil Joseph, and Joy Rodriguez. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. Until next time, keep it charged and hit the road.